Thank you. And now we want to turn to the latest on the government shutdown and with the FAA's flight cuts. And they're going into effect today to help counter fatigue from air traffic controllers who are working right now without pay.
40 major airports around the country have their capacity cut by about 1,600 flights today, and that will gradually expand to about 4,000 flights a day next Friday.
So let's take a look at which airports that we are seeing those cuts right now. They span from Logan Airport in Boston all the way to LAX. Bradley and Tweed airports are not on the list, but you could be affected if your flight goes through any of those 40 locations.
All right, so listen up. NBC Connecticut's Briseida Landaverde joins us now with some answers. So, Bree, these cuts might make travel a little bit difficult today. So how much would it cost to take the bus or train instead of flying?
Yeah, let's talk about what you can do if you're willing to weigh your options here. So we looked at travel from Connecticut to Orlando, and all the tickets we searched would be for one-way travel next Friday, that's the 14th. And taking an Amtrak train would cost you $282. It would take you 26 hours to get to Orlando. Taking a Greyhound and Flixbus will cost you around $110 for a cheaper option there, but the time is similar, even more actually, 26.5 hours. Now, if you are willing to drive, the cost for gas is about $142, and it will take you about 18 hours to get there non-stop. So no stopping for the bathroom, no stopping for food, and this price does not include tolls on that commute. And lastly, if you do want to fly, it will cost you $124, and it would take you 3 hours with a nonstop flight from Avello from Tweed. Now, we did talk to some travelers yesterday. Just take a listen to how they're feeling.
No, I just want to get from point A to point B quickly. I'd rather be on a train. At least you can walk around instead of being stuck in an airport.
So the bottom line is, unless you have a lot of patience and a lot of time, you're going to go to get a much closer destination. Flying is still the most valuable option for many people, and the announcement comes just a few weeks ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday, one of the busiest travel periods of the year, as we're all looking, to get to those destinations of our family, our loved one, friends. Eddie, I know you might be traveling.
Yeah.
So busy time.
But we're hearing that this is all in an effort to, help out those air traffic controllers who are experiencing fatigue. But can you talk about how that is an effort?
Yeah, of course. So the FAA says employees have been working since the start of the shutdown without getting any pay, and air traffic controllers are considered essential workers, so they can't just walk off the job or not show up. Now, the National Air Traffic Controllers Association said for them, it's not actually about calling their bosses and being like, hey, I'm sick, I can't come in. Right now, they're calling their bosses and, hey, I don't have money. They're going on almost their second paycheck that they haven't received. I don't have money for gas to get to work.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about all of the families who are impacted by, the cuts to SNAP benefits, and, you don't think about aviation workers as well, right?
Right.
So they could be some of those people who are impacted. It's important to be kind, and we appreciate the context this morning.
Of course.
Thank you, Bree.